we switch gears and go to a different part of town. This part of town is a little bit more of a growing art district called Tribeca. This is where Harvey Winston lives.
Well, Harvey lives in a very nice higher class apartment, but it almost looks like, because it is, the fact that he got a bunch of money to buy a bunch of things, but he doesn't really know how to decorate. So the ground's kind of black and white, and it's tiled, and there's abstract art all over the walls. The apartment itself doesn't really have like a uniform look to it. Like there's pastels, there's bold geometric patterns and bright purple couches with blue pillows and lamps here and there. Some of them are dying. It's kind of a studio sort of apartment, so it leads into the kitchen that has a brand new fridge and very clean area, and then there is a loft that you take like one of those spiral staircases to that leads to his bedroom, and it's a very large, very soft bed. He's very clean, like the whole place just looks clean, even though it doesn't really match a pattern or anything like that. Like it's all clean and new, and even his closet and all his clothes, they seem freshly pressed and hung up very nicely. Speaking of clothes, it's those styles you have in the late 80s, you know. Give me kind of John Cusack and Say Anything vibes, you know. He's got the pants that are a little baggy, graphic tees and button-up shirts, and lots of belts with the jeans that kind of go up almost a little too high, and the big jackets, lots of jackets, like leather, a kind of a bomber jacket with fur line. He doesn't really seem to have anything that's used or he has had a long time. It just seems like a lot of very material objects.
It wasn't always this way, was it?
No, not at all. He's grown up in New York City, in the poorer part, for most of his life. Moved there from a small town in Missouri when he was about 5. Very good-natured parents, good childhood, but they were always fairly poor. You know, so he doesn't quite know how to handle having money. He's never had to handle money, hence all the random abstract things all over the apartment. They've always kind of struggled. They've had to move from place to place, be kicked out of apartments, but he still loves his parents. They just never had much luck.
I want to take you back, not where you're at now, about a year ago or so when you felt that you were at your lowest of lows and that you were running out of time and running out of options for any sort of success. And a strange thing happened when you hit the street that morning. There was that man on the corner sitting there with his cardboard sign. He looks terrible. He looks like he should be dead. His skin is sallow, a perpetual stubble, but the most interesting thing was that cardboard sign that said, "Will not work for food." You saw that cardboard sign propped at his feet. He had this one milky eye with this scar, V-shaped, that comes to a point where his pupil would be. It's kind of deflated a little, has a bit of a wrinkle to it as you lock eyes with this homeless man. He says, "You know, the Wayfinder take you to the swap dealer, fix all your shit for you. Looking so fucking sad all the goddamn time."
Oh, Wayfinder? What do you mean by that?
He doesn't say anything else.
Do you need help?
He just grunts and waves his hand at you.
To a shelter? I think in a way, like, seeing this old man kind of rattles Harvey a little bit, because anytime he sees, like, a homeless old man, I can't let that end up being me. He's a little bit on edge.
Sasha, where do you live?
Oh, I live in Greenwich. I have just a shitty one-room apartment. The toilet is in the kitchen. Dirty, grimy. I've got a busted-ass couch. 3 plates, a fork, 2 cups. I have no food in my house. The water barely runs. There's never hot water. It's a place that I don't spend a lot of time in. I'm on the street most of the time.
Harvey, the only person in this city who might know the Wayfinder and what this creepy old guy has to say, is your friend Sasha.
If he knew where Sasha lived, he might just go visit him anyway, because Harvey doesn't have a lot going on right now. What time is it?
This is when you would be coming out to start your day. Are you a late sleeper?
You have a good point. Yeah, he'll go ahead and page, and then if you can't get a hold of him, then he'll come by.
You know what? I had kind of a weird night anyway. There was this chick at the Roxy. You know what? I'm gonna go call him. I gotta walk, I'm on a 3rd floor walk up, so I gotta walk all the way down. But if I don't call him now, I'll probably forget to call him later. So I'll hustle down the stairs. There's a payphone right down on the corner.
The phone rings.
I pick it up right away. Hey, Sasha? Sasha? This is...
Harvey?
Hey. How are you doing, man?
I'm tired. What do you
I
need?
bet. You just get in?
Yeah, 20 minutes ago.
You want to hit up a Waffle House and, maybe soon?
You need me now?
Well, I mean, if you want waffles now, dude. I mean, you know I'm always down. Anyway, I'm getting off subject here. I just ran into a really weird old guy.
Yeah, there's lots of those. We're in New York City. There's a lot.
You're right. He said something to me, and I was wondering if you knew about it. You're the person I go to when I need to know things.
Okay, I'll meet you. Don't say it. Don't say it. I'll meet you. Where are we going?
You're like leaving me. Well, you want to go to a Waffle House?
Yeah, that's fine.
I got like a couple of bucks I can spot you.
Okay.
Alright, cool. You're the one a block away from the place.
Oh, you're coming here? Okay. Alright.
Yeah, I'll meet you there. You're tired. You're doing me a favor. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll go get coffee. I'll get coffee. I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, I've got a coffee waiting for you. Are you cream and sugar, or what are you?
Oh yeah, totally. Cream and sugar,
okay.
guy.
Yeah, I've got like 2 bowls of cream on the table for you.
What a pal. Sit next to you, and I'm kind of like twiddling my thumbs. Like Harvey's kind of a heart on his sleeve kind of guy. Like you can always tell when he's excited, when he's sad. He wears his expressions very easily most of the time. Hey man,
hey.
You look like shit.
Yeah. Thanks.
You look like royal fucking shit. I'm glad I'm not a gunner yet. I always watch out the news, you know. I'm always scared I'm gonna find you on there. How are you?
Thanks a fucking lot. Jesus
You're
Christ.
welcome. Hey, I mean, I'm watching out for you.
Have some faith.
Watching out for you, guys. Oh, you got the cream?
I'm good. How are you? Yes.
You treat me so well, man.
Well, you said you were paying, so I figured I'd at least get you some extra cream. Who's the guy?
Wayfinder? You ever hear of a Wayfinder? Dude, this old guy, he had like a kind of a psychic look about him, you know? He had the milky eye and everything, like shit you see in movies. He just said something about a Wayfinder that can help get me out of my rut. If anyone knew anything. So
you need to find... Who do you need to find? Who's the Wayfinder gonna find for you? What? I don't...
like swap? Yes, swap dealer.
Swap dealer, okay. Yeah. I mean, I've heard of him, but I don't know where to find him.
So, it's a real thing. Like, you think...
It's an urban legend. It's like Chupacabra over in It's like Jersey Devil. I mean,
Sasha, you know you've seen crazier shit than the Chupacabra.
Yes, you're right. I have seen crazier shit, and I'm not saying that he doesn't exist. But I'm telling you, I don't know where to find him.
And it's when the words, "I've seen crazier shit," comes out of Sasha's mouth that the camera makes a fade. About a year ago, when you were sitting across the table from Harvey, a series of events began in your life, which might make you a little less jumpy than you might think you are. Because it was when Harvey asked you to find out about this swap dealer when things in your life began to get really, really weird.